All right, Facebook. It's been a while since I posted something, and most of y'all only know me from, my rapping and my singing. But I am somewhat of a poet. I guess I would call myself a poet. But I have a piece. It's really a response to a poem that I heard earlier by, for those that know her, very talented. Today was my first time seeing any of her or hearing her material, and it was very inspiring. Beautiful word, and very educational for the women who choose to listen, to take heed to that. Poetically Yours, hashtag Poetically Yours. Y'all go check her out. Look, she the truth. Very enlightening. This piece here is called Baps, Beautiful African Princess. And this is just an insight on how I feel when it comes to black women. How we should look at our black women. It's, for a lot of men out there. And the way that we should look at them. For those that, truly carry themselves as queens. Anyway, here you go. Sometimes words are simply inadequate expressing the fullness of our hearts when it comes to a black woman. But being a young black man so intrigued with our women, I believe they should be honored, cherished, loved unconditionally, glorified, and most of all, respected. So, fellas, I'm going to enlighten you on some things and speak my mind, and I hope that you take heed and listen. You see, our sisters' chocolate complexions are far more complex than longitude and latitude on a million compasses with no sense of direction, and more powerful than a stiff erections from a middle finger's expression, preciously given to our ancestors as a curse and a blessing, and because of it forced into slavery and generations of oppression. I mean, we went from being beat down, battered, and bruised for equal rights and protesting into becoming educators, innovators, and entertainers with even our own television connections. But it was because of her that we were led through these tragic intersections of political and moral depressions. Because of her love, strength, and judgment, we were led through the ages of the dark tunnels and railroads. Compliments of Angela Daisies and Harriet Tubman. You see, sisters have been God's gift to the earth since the beginning of time to be by our side and remain supreme. I mean, just think about it. Behind every powerful black man, is there a black queen? You should take heed. Look at Coretta Scott and Dr. King. Together they accomplished the American dream, but please believe that it was Coretta who encouraged the good doctor to go forth to pursue the extreme. The persuasion of a sister, who possesses the power of the sun in her soul, along with the sass to intimidate any onlooker. Oh yeah, and let's not forget that physique. Her physical appearance is provoking. She sends lustful temptation, and yet she's still poetry in motion. Her presence demanding, voice unintentionally seductive, and walk oh so ferocious. With eyes that penetrate the soul with the look of independence, deception, and boldness that could lift up, put down, intimidate, persuade, or disarm her opponent whenever she wanted. With gorgeous skin that resembles roasted hazelnuts, blackberry, and silk, and to the touch, it's the smoothest. With luscious lips to remember that might even cause Hershey's to consider improvements. With a demeanor that says, stuck up, humble, and yes, I do's this, hot like fire, and still the coolest. Sisters, there's no need to ask the mirror who the truth is, because you is. You are. And in the midst of average women, you're considered stars by far. With voluptuous curves that demands attention and goddess-like attributes that can only be giftedly given by God's perfect hand of precision. Which may be the reason that men drop to their knees and beg for forgiveness. At the same time, pray for x-ray visions to see through the garments that you obtain to remain hidden. You also have a beautiful smile that welcomes from a distance. But that same smile has its restrictions of emotional abuse from past dimensions. Fellas, which may be the reason that you approach a black woman that she may have up her defensive fences, guarded by sarcastic outbursts and brutal vengeance. And fellas, though I am a firm believer of release and venting, I believe we should be more supportive and less relentless, less controlling and more submissive. Like when she's ready to talk, be willing to listen. And when it's time to make love, give her the business. Touch her heart and the depths of her soul to make sure you relinquish any sorrow, stress, or tension. Whether she's your wife, girlfriend, or mistress, you implant that seed and make sure that she gets it. that she's more than a fat ass or a welfare mom or a woman who just stays home and washes dishes. You grab her and you look her in her eyes and you tell her that she's greater than society's description. You remind her that she's the backbone to every black man in existence and that she always was and always will be a beautiful African princess. To all my queens, peace and love.